So I had this conversation with a teen yesterday that ended up leaving me with a kind of a cool analogy that once I chatted with her about it, I recognized is useful in many situations. So I want to share. So the teen had been talking about the fact that in the past, there's been a history of some thought patterns that led her to do some things to her own body that weren't very healthy. And she was struggling with this mindset that same issue was coming back up again. And she didn't want to go down that path of having those same thought patterns create physical, behaviors that would be injurious to her. But she felt like she didn't know what else she could do. So in chatting about the deeper issues connected to those thoughts, it was discovered that it didn't even start with her own thoughts. It came from some phrases that she heard about her. And, people speaking words over children seems to have kind of surprising impact that often doesn't get recognized. And the reason that that's super important is because even the listener, or even the teen, may not recognize at that time when they hear it that they're accepting it. And that becomes super important because the analogy, that teen is tending a garden where she's purposefully growing the things that she specifically wants to grow. She's got these purple, passionate, amazing personality qualities that are just like heirloom carrots, and they need certain environment to grow, and she's got them going. And she needs really awesome, vibrant orange flowers that she can later use in salads and beautiful things like that. She's purposely building her life and using her creativity and investing time and effort into the kind of person that she wants to be. So some dark figure comes along with some seeds that they're scattering into the wind. And maybe it doesn't mean anything to them, that they're throwing them up in the air. And if they happen to be carried away into this teen's garden, maybe they didn't mean to, maybe they did, who knows. Whatever the case may be, only that gardener, only that teen can be the one to pull it out. And that's not easy to do. And it's not fair for someone else to haphazardly toss something that's not good into her garden. She shouldn't have to do extra work to get that weed out. But because there's no one else that can do it, now there's people who can guide her and encourage her in it, but she has to be the one to decide that thought pattern is not something that I accept anymore. That weed is not permitted to grow in my garden anymore. So this idea that my body looks a certain way and that is bad, that needs to be plucked out, and only she can change it. And it has to be the kind of thing that gets down into the roots. So it might not even be once or twice that she has to purposefully decide that she does not agree and does not accept those words over her. But it must happen. She must be courageous. And the same thing happens with you and I, right? We hear things and we might accept them as truth, if not for purposefully making the decision to pull those weeds. And that's not easy. But that's what inner healing is all about. Discovering where those thought patterns are not serving us and not contributing to the people that we want to be. And there's no fault to the gardener to have let the dark figure throw seeds across the fence. But we can encourage each other to do the hard thing and pull it out from the root. Stay courageous, my love.